The government of Ghana, through the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, is implementing the Ghana Commercial Agriculture Project, GCAP, with funds from the World Bank and USAID. The project development objective is to improve agriculture productivity and production of both smallholder and nucleus farms in selected project intervention areas in Ghana.
We simply exist to promote commercial agriculture, whether at the smallholder level or at the bigger picture, the bigger farmer level.
The project implemented 3 major interventions. 1. The rehabilitation and modernization of irrigation schemes. 2. The strengthening of irrigation institutions. And 3. Direct support of agribusinesses using merchant grants.
Wanyagba nenge hiomi no dio wa made reno a choke neke hiomi one nyoye keke nyoye flood hiomi no tuepe omuno ni buo ibuo mo ne hiomi ne bed kakaka 5 a point.
2016 when we had a drought, it was very difficult, and to avert that we had to invest $1.2 million to build a pipe, 4.5 kilometer pipe from the water stream into our farm.
So sometimes you plant your crops and then you lose everything to droughts. So to be able to address this vulnerability, which is very central to the transformation of the sector, so rehabilitating or making investment in irrigation is very important because it allows farmer access to water all year round. It helps them to reduce dependence on rain. It reduces this vulnerability to the impact of climate change.
GCAP funded the rehabilitation and modernization of the 3 largest irrigation schemes in Ghana. The Kpong Irrigation Scheme, which lies in the Eastern and Greater Accra regions, the Kpong Left Bank Irrigation Scheme in the Volta region, and the Tono Irrigation Scheme in the Upper East region. The Kpong Irrigation Scheme covers an area of 4,000 hectares. The Kpong Left Bank Irrigation Scheme covers 3,200 hectares, and the Tono Irrigation Scheme covers 2,490 hectares. A total of 233 kilometers of roads was also constructed to provide access to farm machinery for production and post-production activities, and for community members to have improved access to and from their homes.
The scheme has installed 80 remote-controlled automated gates, which help with the monitoring of water levels and also determine the inflow and cut-off water to particular service area or even to an anchor farmer, as well as a meteorological system which monitors the real-time weather condition.
As you can see, we have laterals. Where I'm standing was a lateral, an open lateral in which we take water, but today it's piped. If you look in front there, you will see that there's a valve on one of my farms. If you look here, there is a valve, so each other person can just go and turn on the valves. The cars come straight, these abubuya, they come straight into the farm. When they combine harvest, it pours the rice on the trampoline just in the road. So you see that it limits your production costs. So limiting your production cost means it is also increasing your profit.
The rehabilitation and modernization of the Kpong irrigation scheme will invariably increase food security and income to the farmers through improvement in crop intensity, better adaptation to climate change, direct and indirect job creation, and improvement in the standard of living and rural economy.
Since the completion of rehabilitation works in December 2021, the yield for rice has increased from 4.5 metric tons per hectare to an average of 5.75 metric tons per hectare, resulting in the production of 23,000 metric tons of rice in 2022. This is the highest in 6 years. This will ultimately result in higher incomes for farmers and other value chain actors.
Once an unemployed single mother, Rebecca's role now benefits proudly as the only female roller operator under this irrigation project, and perhaps one of the few in the country.
To ensure the sustainability of the rehabilitated and modernized irrigation schemes, GCAP supported the reformation and strengthening of the 2 state institutions responsible for irrigation management, the Ghana Irrigation Development Authority, GIDA, and the Irrigation Company of Upper Region, ICO.
We are reforming and retooling these institutions to to play their role in the new paradigm. One, we've built modern offices for GIDA and ICO and equipped it with all the necessary infrastructure to be able to perform their role. We're training their engineers and the other technocrats to bring them abreast of the modern practices in management of irrigation facilities.
The capacity built in GIDA enabled them to act as supervising consultants for the rehabilitation and modernization of the Kpong irrigation scheme.
In 2014, the project set up a matching grant where we invited proven agribusinesses to apply for support to remove binding constraints from their operations. We focused on the crops rice, maize, soya, and then we added vegetables, and these were food security crops.
Under the Nasia Nabogo Inland Valley, Banse Farms Limited in West Mamprusi in the Northeast region got assistance in land development, the water retention structure for improved rain-fed rice production.
Before the intervention, the total land area here was not up to 50 acres. But as we speak now, we are doing 100 hectares, which translates to 250 acres of rice, thanks to this intervention. Our yield has increased from about close to 1.5 tons per hectare to about 4.5 tons per hectare.
The project supported AB farms in Adiambra, Ga West in the Greater Accra region with the construction of a pack house, a refrigerated van, and a reefer container.
Before, farmers were facing a lot of challenges. I do have a lot of orders from Ghana here, but I don't have produce to export. Under this project, they are able to do irrigation installation to the farmers at Michelle Camp and Angosikope Adan. And these farmers are producing for me. Because of that, now I don't have a shortage of produce.
From Gushegu and Karaga in the northern region, Alhaji Muhib Hussein Haruna owns and runs Karma Farms. Karma Farms supports 1,700 smallholder farmers within the various farming communities he operates in. His support has provided inputs and technology to farmers and helped keep them and their dependents out of poverty.
Warehouse, I can say that it saved me and my outgrowers seriously. You know, sometimes if the woman harvests their small bags, they store it in the house like this. Anytime the husband needs it, they will just pick it and they won't pay her back. And now, since we have a warehouse, the woman will say, Alaji, I'm having my 3 bags or 4 bags or 5 bags. Can I keep it in your house? I say, yes, you bring it there. So that his 4 or 5 bags is safe and it can use it at any time that the woman wants to use it. So it helps my outgrowers and at the same time help myself too. Because through that warehouse, when Nestle Ghana came to visit my work site and the area, they saw the warehouse. That man just mentioned that, hey, Alaji, we are going to work with you. You are a serious farmer because your warehouse looks very nice to me.
Through these interventions, the Ghana Commercial Agriculture Project has contributed to the promotion of commercial agriculture and increased the productivity and production of its target beneficiaries, and consequently made a difference in their lives.